ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री परम गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री परमेष्ठि गुरुभ्यो नमः. Humble effort to explain ninth mantra in Soundarya Lahari. Mahim Mooladhare Kamapi Manipure Hutavaham Sthitam Swadhisthane Hrudi Marutamākāśamupari Manopi Bhrumadhye Sakalamaphi Bhitva Kulapakam Sahasrare Padme Rahasipatya Viharase. This is the ninth shloka of Soundarya. All these shlokas are mantras. They are not just shlokas. The summary of this mantra is the energy from the base chakra, Muladhara, moves through Kulapata. Kulapata is to Sushumna Nadi and reaches Sahasrara, the crown chakra, to join her consort Shiva and enjoys in solitude. Rahasipatya Viharase. In solitude, Shakti enjoys with her consent. The word Kamapi in this mantra is formed by Kam and Api, and thus indicates that Manipura, the navel chakra, is of water principle, whereas the Tantra Shastras say Manipura is Agni, the fire principle. Samaya Tantra accepts that Manipura is water principle. Other Tantras say it is the fire principle. Lam, Ham, Yam, Ram and Vam are the seed syllables for earth, space or ether, air and fire, water respectively. That is Lam for earth, Hum for space, Yam for air, and Ram for fire and Vam for water. Jalatattva. If we observe these primordial elements or principles, we will know that the earth element is highest gross form. It is the most heaviest, highest gross form. Next to that is water. Next to that is fire, and next to that is air. Whereas the space is subtle. That is Sukshma. There is not all gross form, is not all there. The gross form from earth goes on reducing to air. By the time it comes to space, there is no gross form at all. Totally subtle, Sukshma. Upanishad Vakya say that Tasmadva etasmadatmana akashah sambhutah akashad vayuhu vayor agnihi agner apaha abhya prithvihi prithivya aushadhaya aushadibhyo annam annat purusha. This self, the Atma, from where Brahman emerged. From that Brahman, the space or ether has emerged. From that ether, air has emerged, and from air, the fire has emerged, and water emerged from fire, and from water, the earth has emerged. This is how what Upanishad Vakya tells us. In this mantra, Sthitam Swadhisthane is mentioned. Sthitam Swadhisthane indicates that Sthitam Swadhisthane, that is, the place of Kundalini energy is Swadhisthana. That's what it reads. More so, if you break that word, two words, Swadhisthana, single word, into two parts, Swa Adhisthana, the place of self, place of the energy, Kundalini, also means same. Then a doubt, a question arise in our minds. Whether the place of Kundalini energy is Swadhisthana or it is Muladhara. Because we all know that Muladhara is a place where Kundalini is dormant, sleeping. Whereas here it says Chitam Swadhisthane. What is correct? Both are correct. It is true. And Shankara Bhagavatpada did not dispute that. Kundalini is dormant in Muladhara, making 3.5 rounds surroundings. This Swayambhulinga. But when it is awakened, when the Shakti is awakened, it settles down in Swadhisthana. That's why this mantra said, Sthitam Swadhisthane. What is this then? How it's awakened? We will know that, we should note that without any effort whatsoever. For every human being, the Kundalini energy is awakened and settles in Swadhisthana. Everyone. Otherwise, we cannot perform any action because we are doing some talking, moving, something we are doing. That is possible because that energy is in Swadhisthana. Otherwise, we become inactive. We are not able to do anything. So, to make us active, for all our actions, the Kundalini energy has to be awakened. It cannot be sleeping. Once it awakened, it comes to Swadhisthana so that we are able to perform our daily activities. However, to take it further upwards, that is above Swadhisthana, the effort is required. So that with that effort or sadhana, the energy pierces through Brahma Granthi in Swadhisthana to reach Manipura. So, for all our actions, the Kundalini energy is in Swadhisthana, but to raise it further, it has to pierce through Brahma Granthi, which is in Swadhisthana. That needs the effort and sadhana. This is what Lalita Sahasranama has mentioned. Mooladharaika Nilaya Brahma Granthi Vibhedini Manipuram Tarudita. That means the energy is staying in residing in Muladhara by pierced through Brahma Granthi, it rises in Manipura. You know that all the sounds we hear, including what we make by talking, singing, chanting of mantra, whatever it is, or the form of space, ether element, or sound principle, shabda. These sounds are heard through ears only when they take the form of Vaikhari. The sound, before reaching the form of Vaikhari, passes through three stages called Para, Pashyanti, and Madhyama. Para Pratyakchiti Rupa, Pashyanti Paradevata, Madhyama Vaikhari Rupa, Bhakta Manasa Hamsika. Valika Sahasranama has explained the four forms of sound in these namas: Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama, and Vaikhari. Whatever be the form of the sound, whether it is Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama, or Vaikhari, one, they are the electromagnetic rays. The sound in any form need not be heard. It can be heard only when it's in Vaikhari. In other three forms, the sound exists but not heard. Even those sounds are the electromagnetic rays. One. Number two is they have in them the alphabets, aksharas. Every sound has a akshara form in it, alphabet form. Even animals make sounds, birds make sounds. If you observe, there's always an alphabet in it. For example, cow, amba, crow is ka. Whatever you name it, the sound they make has a akshara in it. Akshara means which cannot be destroyed. They are indestructible. What is indestructible is akshara. So, as I said before, the sounds made by animals, birds also have these aksharas. These sound frequencies, once again I repeat that, whether it is in the form of para, pashyanti, or madhyama, where we cannot hear, they increase their frequency. They have frequency already. They increase their frequency and reach stratosphere. We know the stratosphere is between 10 to 8 kilometers above from the layer of the earth. So any sound may not be heard. As I repeatedly say, in para, pashyanti, madhyama, the sound is not heard, but it has a frequency, and those sounds increase their frequency and reach stratosphere. Stratosphere is said to be between 10 kilometers, 18 kilometers above the layer of the earth. They say 10 kilometers in the poles, poles of the earth planet, and in the equator it is about 18 kilometers. Once these sound waves reach stratosphere, they further increase their frequency. Not only increase the frequency, they are condensed into elements. They are condensed into principles. Once they become elements, by exchange of these elements or by combining different elements, they become matter. I think I'll explain this way. One frequency of sound, after reaching a stratosphere, they further increase and condense into a element. That element may be a air element. Another frequency of sound may get condensed into earth element. Similarly, each frequency of sound creates condense into elements, but exchanging of these elements among themselves or by combining them together become the matter. These elements exist within the body in the microcosmic form. And in the macroscopic form throughout the universe. Having understood that, the sound transforms into the matter. There is no doubt that the sound has created the universe. This is what we call Shabda Brahma. This means Shabda that creates. Brahma is the embodiment of creation. When you use the word Shabda Brahma, Shabda that creates. We also understood that the sound frequency created when we speak is very powerful, isn't it? Because they have different frequencies. And hence, you should only speak good things because the frequency of the sound at one point becomes matter. So we should only speak good things. There is no need that our talk to be only in Vaikhari, that's audible. They may also be in other three forms like Para, Pashyanti, and Madhyama. Then they're in Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama, there are only thoughts. The sound is coming there, but not expressed by Vaikhari. So the thoughts, there are sounds only. The thoughts that are not audible, but still they are the sound frequencies. In fact, these three forms, Para, Pashyanti, and Madhyama, is in the process of thought before become audible. Those forms has more frequency than Vaikhari. Very interesting. The sound frequency of what we speak is less than what the Para, Pashyanti, Madhyama sound frequencies, the thought. That means our thoughts can produce high frequency of sound than the Vaikhari itself. and hence should always have positive thoughts so that they will not only help us but also help the whole world. That's why the five primordial elements response to our sound easily. This mantra has identified the primordial elements, the principles in the chakra as per Samaya Tantra. Accordingly, earth element is in Muladhara, water in Swadhisthana, fire in Manipura, air in Hanata, and the mantra is silent about one more chakra, Vishuddhi. Anyway, space or ether is indicated by sound, and thus by ears are the element of space. Space is sound, so sound is heard by ears, so that the element of space is ears. Air is indicated by touch, and thus skin is the air element. Fire is indicated by form, rupa, and thus eyes are the fire element. Water indicates taste, and thus tongue is the water element. Smell indicates earth element, and thus nose is the earth element. This is how the sense organs indicate the five primordial elements. So we understand that how each sense organ connected to five primordial elements or principles. By chanting this mantra, one can get the mastery over the knowledge of these primordial elements. By chanting this mantra regularly, one get the mastery over the knowledge of these elements. And also it helps the people who are in foreign countries to come back to their home country. That's what is said in the Soundarya Lahari text. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu samasta sanmangalani bhavantu. Om shanti shanti shanti.